Now that our number one supporter has been unveiled, we have some couple of other sports news, isn't it, Baron?
You can say that again, Suleiman. Thank you, and welcome to Sports News. Well, we begin on the phone scene where Toni Kroos inspired Bayern Munich to beat 10-man Arsenal at the Emirates 2-0. Kroos' opening goal was in the 54th minute, while Thomas Müller came in from the bench to score the second for the visitors. This was after both sides missed penalties in the first half. The home side was the first culprit as Mesut Ozil failed to convert from the spot in the 8th minute after he was brought down by Jerome Boateng in the penalty area. David Alaba also missed from the spot in the 36th minute when Wojciech Szczesny clipped Arjen Robben's legs. This led to a red card. In the other game of the night, talking about the UEFA Champions League, AC Milan lost at the San Siro to visiting Atletico Madrid by a lone goal, with Diego Costa scoring the crucial goal in the 83rd minute of Europe's most prestigious club competition. And back home, President Goodluck Jonathan has urged members of the Nigeria Football Supporters Club not to relent in cheering Nigerian athletes to victory. President Jonathan, who was named the grand patron of the club, noted that over time the supporters have created an ambience in which the players enjoy comfort, especially when playing in foreign lands, which does increase the chances of Nigerian teams in winning medals. He donated 50 million naira to the club in support of their trip to Brazil and pledged to solicit for more funds from those who refer to as the Nigerian senior boys.
I urge the Nigeria Football Supporters Club not to relent in its very important role of cheering athletes and sportsmen to victory. Indeed, every Nigerian should be a member of this supporters club. So next time our sportsmen and women are playing, be proud to sing along and swing to the beat in your sitting room. The federal government and individual Nigerians appreciate what you are doing, and we need to encourage you to go to Brazil. Federal government is going to give you some token, but I will personally consult some of our senior boys to add something to that.
Nigeria's President Goodluck Jonathan ahead of Nigeria's invite in the 2014 World Cup. And the domestic league is early in the National League, and the league body is already going tough on airing clubs. The NNL has come down heavily on Jigawa Golden Stars for crowd trouble, which led to the abandonment of their Week 1 league game against Wiki Taurus of Bauchi. Jigawa Golden Stars will have to play its next 3 matches behind closed doors, just as the club will pay a fine of 1 million naira before the team's next home match. The game was abandoned in the 79th minute after the match officials were alleged to have been molested by home supporters. Wiki was leading by a lone goal before Jigawa Golden Stars fans were said to have encroached into the field of play. And elsewhere, Patty Mills and Tim Duncan lead the San Antonio Spurs to a 113 win over Los Angeles Clippers. Mills filled in for the missing All-Star Tony Parker by scoring 16 of his 25 points in the fourth quarter, while Duncan delivered 19 points, 13 boards, and 7 assists. Blake Griffin poured in 35 points and grabbed 12 rebounds to lead the Clippers, who had won 3 in a row during a 5-game homestand.
Green gets it, and Doc Rivers wants a timeout as this thing is turned on a dime.
And with the basketball in the NBA, we end on World Sports for tonight. So remember, we'll be back in a moment.
Unveiling the new look of Guinness. Discover a colorful world of more.
On the foreign scene, as the demonstrations in Ukraine show little sign of backing down, Europe's leaders are starting to consider urgent sanctions against Ukraine. This comes after the worst violence in month of unrest, which has claimed at least 26 lives. Here's Cynthia Are with more.
The violence that began on Tuesday continued through the night as police tried to get rid of the protest stronghold in the capital, Kiev. President Viktor Yanukovych blamed opposition leaders, and Russia spoke of an attempted coup as well. Then at least 4 people have been killed and dozens wounded in a twin bomb attack in the south of the Lebanese capital, Beirut. Security sources say that 2 suicide bombers using a car and a motorcycle had blown themselves up near an Iranian cultural center. Plus, the British Prime Minister David Cameron has said that flood victims will be exempt from council tax. Downing Street has confirmed that anyone forced to leave their home because of the floods would not have to pay. The government has set aside £4 million to fund local authorities to cover the cost of unpaid council taxes. Finally, a court has heard that Tony Blair gave advice to newspaper executive Rebecca Brooks on handling the phone hacking scandal 6 days before her arrest. The court heard Mrs. Brooks spoke to the former Prime Minister and then communicated what he had said to James Murdoch, then News International Executive Chairman. In an email, she said Mr. Blair had said he was available to her, James and Rupert Murdoch, as an unofficial advisor. Mrs. Brooks denies any wrongdoing whatsoever. And those are the top stories on the foreign scene.
Well, on the main news again, another major attack has occurred in Bama village, Borno State. It is feared that scores of people have been killed in the incident suspected to have been carried out by terrorist group Boko Haram. Fuel queues have resurfaced in some parts of the country, and Directorate of Petroleum Resources has attributed it to hoarding of the product. And Ukrainian President Viktor Yanukovych has sacked the head of the army as the country grapples with the worst violence in Kiev. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Many thanks for watching.